This has been one of the most diverse extravaganzas I think that I've ever seen. Actually, one of the most diverse tournament top cuts I've ever seen in quite a long time as well. Don't be like one of the 36.5% of you that not smash the love that subscribe button. At least subscribe today for all the time and effort I put into designing all these graphics and stuff for this. Top 32 out of this weekend's extravaganza. This is one of the most diverse top cuts that I think I've seen. So we're going to go through top 32, top 16, show you guys a little breakdown of the tournament here. And I have some deck list for you guys for this video as well. So most represented deck in top 32 was actually Dragon Link with 6 decks. Holy crap. I don't think anybody... a few people knew that Dragon Link was going to come back out of the woodwork here, considering that when you have enough good players sitting in one area to kind of mess around with the deck. Okay. Tri-Brigade coming in at second highest representation at 5. Can't say I'm really shocked about that. And then we had combinations of Dogmatica Invoke, Dogmatica Shaddoll. I just kind of lumped them all together. There are 3 of those in top 32. And then only 3 Drytron. Among those Drytron players were Jesse Cotton and Shumping. And then we had 2 Eldritch. One of those was piloted by Henko Chow. And then we had 2 Hero. Yes, Hero pre-Burst of Destiny came out here and said, hold my beer, I got this. Then we had 2 Phantom Knights, which is pretty good. And then the Rogue category here. This is going to be all one-ofs. And you're going to want to keep an eye on these contenders. We had 1 Plunder Patrol. Yes, Plunder Patrol helmed this tournament really, really well. We'll talk about that here in a bit. 1 Adagnister, 1 Burning Abyss, 1 Orcus Mech Knight, 1 Layer of Darkness, 1 Virtual World, 1 Grand Manju, 1 Altergeist, and 1 Dinosaur. You guys notice that Virtual World here down in the lower half of the deck representation? That's kind of interesting to me. Now, we go into top 16 here. So now we've lost half of our competitors here. We lost half of the Dragon Link actually in top 32, which is actually kind of interesting. Then we're down to 2 Tri-Brigade. Holy moly, did we amputate off the meta. We also have 2 Drytron left. 1 Burning Abyss, 1 Grand Manju, the 1 Adagnister, 1 Phantom Knight, 1 Plunder Patrol, 1 Hero, 1 Dinosaur, 1 Virtual World, 1 Dogmatica Invoked left. Anybody else notice that even though the shift in the metagame here has allowed for, you know, the higher decks to kind of push down here, that representation in Rogue in the top 16 is mind-boggling to me. You see Plunder Patrol and Adagnister still holding on here for dear life. Now we push on into top 8 here. The damage has been done. 2 Dragon Link, 1 Adagnister, 1 Tri-Brigade, 1 Plunder Patrol, 1 Hero, 1 Drytron, and 1 Invoke Dogmatica. Hero carrying it all the way into top 8. Amazing. Tri-Brigade losing out on their steam. Adagnister here pushing up as well. Awesome. Now who's walking away in top 4? Top 4 ends up being 1 Dragon Link, 1 Adagnister, 1 Drytron, 1 Plunder Patrol. Plunder made it all the way to top 4 for this event. How exciting is that? And then the grand finals down here ended up being Dragon Link versus Drytron. Unfortunately, Adagnister and Plunder Patrol cannot carry on. I will have the Plunder Patrol list later on in the week here. I'm working on setting all that stuff up for a video for that, so you guys can look forward to seeing that. And the winner of the event ended up being Dragon Link. Now let's pass on over to that winning Dragon Link list and a whole bunch of other interesting stuff from this event. Winning first place list here, Sebastian Todd's first place Dragon Link list. This is actually super exciting. So we have the 1 Chamber, the 2 Tidying, which is pretty nice. We're on double tack talents here in the main deck, which actually I understand, like, only want to play 2 of this in this deck. We are also playing the Rivalries down here on the side. We still continue to see Rivalry be one of these tech choices that the format continues to really like. There's just kind of something about this card that just destroys, you know why exactly, this card destroys half the metagame. Outside of that, out of 6 Dragon Link list, this was the main focus that I had for this. Also Psycho Raiders here to counteract a lot of the metagame. I see that we're also packing in the Gams and stuff down here. We also have our other talent down here in the side deck, so we can have access to it at all points in time. Pretty trap heavy here. Also no crossout designators in this deck. So before you're like, oh my god, I need crossout designators. No, Sebastian said that you don't need them, and with great success, I will say. So that is first place. Next up over here is the top 4 Adagnister list for you guys here. Now, we are only playing 2 crossout designators. The little note for this was they did not have the third, so they took the challenge and played the 2. So before you're like, really only 2 crossout? It's because they only had access to 2 for this event. So that's pretty straightforward. Looking at this list, though, you know, the hand trap ratios are adjusted for compensation for this, which feels right. Once again, is 2 talents the best number here between first and fourth place here? Seeing that little pattern here, we have the additional Droll and Lockbird sided down here. I see we're also playing the Cyber's Quantum Dragon. Don't think I've seen that recently in Adagnister. It's kind of interesting. I've seen access to Wind Pegasus, but alright, Cyber's Quantum Dragon, that's a little bit of an interesting tech choice here. Outside of that, nothing in this list really sticks out too crazy to me. I just want to say that I'm excited to see the Adagnister still bullying out here with their big Link 6 monster. Good times, actually. Next up here is the Invoked Dogmatic list. This was Kamal's top 8 finish here. And unfortunately, they didn't make it to top 4, but that's fine. We're still relying on Alistair and the Dogmatic pack. Well, actually, to be fair, this is one of the earliest decks that we had come out of Rise, and right now it's still popping off. Alright, like, this deck's still functioning here. I see we have double Ice Dragon's Prison, only 1 punishment, which I think is fine considering the fact that we have access to floor. And we also have the Maximus package built into this bad boy here, so we can disrupt the opponent here. Dark Row no Mores to break opponents' boards. Remember, we're still in a kind of make a big board heavy format, and being able to break apart what the opponent sets up here so that you can, you know, do what you need to do seems absolutely fine to me. Outside of that, I don't see anything too crazy about this. The One Seeker Village is a very interesting tech choice here. The double Prosperity also feels nice. I also like the double Chalice that they have built into the main deck here as well. Alright, next up is the Fabled Hero list. Remember, Burst is on the horizon here very soon. And Giovanni out here playing some interesting choices. 1 cross-out designator. Ladies and gentlemen, what in the saucy world? 44 cards here. We're playing double Lightning Storm. This... if you see it, you see it. Is that what I'm getting at here? This feels very reminiscent of Modern Hero, though. I just feel like we took 43 cards. We're like, yeah, we got 1 crossout designator. Let's go ahead and toss it on in there. All right, that looks like it worked out relatively well. There's really nothing about this. I see that this is fine. We have triple Stratos, the double E-Call. That's fine. This is so mind-bogglingly weird to me. Well, we'll see this deck go through its next evolution here in a couple weeks as we head on into, guess what, guys? Bust of Destiny. Next up here is the Virtual World list. This was Taj Ahmed's top 16 list here. Now, with E-Telly pushing to 2, a lot of people were like, oh my god, like, Virtual World is the next craziest deck, and no, it's not. It still loses to itself. If this tournament is any sort of reflection on the issues that this deck still has inherently with itself, it doesn't surprise me. This adds a little bit more consistency, but as you can see, the structure of the build is the same that it has been for the longest time. I just kind of feel like this build threw in 1 E-Telly here. We still have... This build is actually playing Dragoon plus the Kaliga package. So you can go down either path that you really feel is going to be important to you. To be fair, I would say that might be the best idea right now. So, this build's like, do I want a Dragoon or do I want a Kaliga? You pick your poison effectively. So that's not a bad idea. I actually kind of like that. So that is top 16. I really wish I had more to say about this deck, but there really isn't much more to say. Next up over here is Christopher Bruner's top 16 Bantam Knight list. Now, we've seen the Phantom Knight evolution doing quite a lot here, and I see that we are actually, we're taking advantage of Renaud here. We actually are playing a small, we're playing a very small Isolde package here. Well, I mean, considering the fact that all this stuff is effectively Warrior, being able to bring out a generic extender for dumping off 1 to 2 spell cards, and then to top things off, you can already build DDR into your deck as an additional backdoor drop-off. doesn't feel bad, actually. I actually kind of like the little extra synergy they have going here. I also see here that, of course, we are playing the Dragoness. Well, it does fit the bill for a level 3 warrior monster, so we can continue on with combo. Outside of that, nothing else too crazy strikes me on this list either. This feels pretty streamlined. All things considered, 45 cards looks about right for this. Next up here is Drytron. This was Samuel Chung's top 32 list, unfortunately losing out in the top cut as well. I mean, you can't win them all, right? Outside of that, we are playing the standard 5 here. We are playing Big Draconis. We are not playing the Little Herald. I know a lot of the other builds really try to get away with playing the little one with the preps. I also see here that we are playing the Double Herald. You guys notice ever since Ava went down to 1, most people have gone to playing the Double Orange. I don't really blame them for that. I feel like you try to play 3 this, you're going to run into consistency issues. Once again, it looks like 2 talents is the correct number of talents for this format. Okay. Outside of that, I don't see anything too particularly out of the norm for this list. Looks just very much like Drytron. Once again, no crossout detonators. This is one of the decks that, I mean, you can try to put in crossout detonators, but you're going to start kind of messing around with your consistency. And I don't think that's something that you really want to mess around with for this build. So, alright, and then the last list I have for this video here, this was top 32, Matthew Navarro's Phantom Knight list here. This build here, we have triple frickin' crossout designator in here, so we can really mess up the opponent's strategy, alright? I see that we're not trying to get too gimmicky in here with the Phantom Knight, it's sold package. I feel like this is just more of your standard cruised build, most things considered here. Also love the fact that Cycle Reader's back at it again for this format. Really, yeah, there's not much else to say about this. We are playing the F-Zero package. We're not trying to cheese in Dragoon in here, which means that your boards will probably be a little bit more streamlined, all things considered. Later on this afternoon, I will have Orcus Mekk-Knight, Lair of Darkness, Eldritch, and Dinosaurs for you guys. And like I said, we will be working on getting that Plunder Patrol list for you guys very, very slowly. So please be patient with me on that. So guys, hope you enjoyed this info. Please take some time to subscribe. This video is going to take a little bit of time to put together, and I do hope that you guys enjoy the content creation for these breakdowns. Alright guys, I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on today with some more Koalas content. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out Vanquill40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by Vanquill40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out imquillgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.